someone else. Yeah, we could be some history in the making, girl, tonight. Last night lonely. Last night
it was overnight. Light came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into. But it turned out me and you together's why it took so long. 'Cause I got better since you got gone. I'm better since you got gone. And I ain't saying you're the sleep that I lost, but I never slept this good before. I ain't saying you're the weight on my back, I'm just saying that it ain't there no more. I'll be damned, I'm finally back to being who I am. When we were over, it was overnight. Light came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into. But it turns out me and you together's why it took so long. 'Cause I got better since you got gone.
Logan Wall in New Country. I got better. Right home, my buddy Logan. Cash cow back tomorrow morning, 8:20. Tom, have you figured out how you're going to spend the money if you win it?
We'll do something fun with the family.
Take the family out, guys. Cash cow back tomorrow. Evan Paul is up next.
Sports fans, Mike Room coming to you here from the well in Williston. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are going now. We have just about 5 minutes before we get underway here with this one, and it is now going to be a very quick pregame show. The Williston State College pregame show, Williston State College, where the people make the difference. It is the Tetons coming up against Miles Community College and the Pioneers. The Tetons lost in 4 sets to the Pioneers earlier this year down in Miles City. And now here on sophomore and pink night, the Tetons looking to see if they can lock in and not only split the season with Miles City in head-to-head, but also it would have jumped them in the Pioneers in the standings and pull them within 1 game of the Lake Region State Royals, who are in second, and it is going to be the first 2 teams in the Montana Conference standings when this season comes to a conclusion of the regular season. We'll get the double bye into the semifinals, and the Tetons are looking forward to that to see if they can have ahead what would be a matchup again with NDSCS. They have one more meeting with Science. It will be later this year in Wapton. Coming later this week, the Tetons are going to be back in action. They'll be down in Glendive to take on Dawson, looking for their second sweep against the Buccaneers. But first, before they get there, they'll have to take on the Pioneers of Miles Community College. 3:19 left to go before we get started here with this one from the well in Williston. And the first time these 2 teams met, it was Miles who took the first set. The Tetons were able to battle and take set number 2. And despite both sets 3 and 4 being close, the Pioneers were able to get the wins and take the 3-1 match against the Tetons. That game wasn't especially crisp for Williston State, since then they played significantly better. And after that was part of losing 3 of 4 for Williston State, they have rattled off now 5 in a row, looking to make it 6. And looking to finish strong here, heading into the postseason for Region 13 playoffs. 2.5 before we get underway with the pregame festivities. We're going to have a little bit of extra pregame festivities here at the well in Williston, with it being sophomore night for the Tetons. All the Tetons on the roster will be mentioned. We'll also mention them as well, but we will not have the full speech for all of them. So we'll get back to the station while they have the festivities here. We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the Williston State College pregame show and get you going for this Montana Conference action between the Tetons and the Pioneers. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Williston State College's annual Giving Day was a great success. Thank you to all who donated to Giving Day and helping our college continue to grow. This is Hunter Berg, Director of the WSC Foundation. If you missed Giving Day, don't worry, it's not too late. You can still support the Giving Day program at WSC until October 23rd. Donations can be made online, in person, or through the mail. Give us a call today to pledge your support of Williston State's Giving Day, or to find out more information about all the great things happening at WSC. Call 572-9275. We'd love to visit with you. And as always, go Tetons.
Coming soon, Spider RV Storage. All new fenced, secured, and lighted storage yard in Northwest Williston on Sadler Ridge Circle. RVs, light to medium trailers, cars, trucks, and even tractors. Fully secured, live video security, online payment. To reserve your spot today, call Tim at 701-770-5351. Leave your RV, truck, tractor, and trailer in good hands in a fully lighted and secured facility at Spider RV Storage.
Welcome back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Kings Radio. Tetons getting ready to go for their sophomore night and final home game of the season. They're also wearing pink out on the floor. Good student body turnout. Lots of pink in the stands here at the Well in Williston. As everyone now waiting to stand on the line. Before we get going here in this one, we'll have to wait to see the order of operations before we get underway with the extra occasion. Friends and family around here for these sophomores. Also some gift baskets for them all and some words being read off. As now it'll be softball head coach Sharon Ward manning the PA for the Tetons before we get going in this one, and they will now be doing the sophomore night announcing first. And while they get ready to do that, we will bring you the sophomores here for Williston State ourselves, as they are now the 7 sophomores being introduced here out at the Well. As soon as we get the right page of the lineup roster pulled up, get it going, as they will start off with a sophomore is the sophomore libero from Williston, North Dakota, the 5'2", number 3, Abby Elkins. The next sophomore is the 5'10" sophomore middle blocker out of Glenburn, Ella Post. The 5'10" middle blocking sophomore, number 7, Erica Hansen, out of North Battleford, Saskatchewan. Callie Hopes, a 5'9" sophomore outside hitter from Fairview, Montana. Number 11, Ella Morgan, a 6'2" outside hitting sophomore from Weyburn, Saskatchewan. Patricia Kirby, a 5'9" outside hitter sophomore from Hardin, Montana. And number 17, Cheyenne Hayes, a 5'10" hitting middle blocking sophomore from Tioga. Now we're going to step away for about a 5-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the starting lineups, the Basin Broker starting lineups right here on 660 Keys News Radio, and get you going for the national anthem and first serve here from the Well. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been put down, I've been pushed round. When will I be loved? across Skipping rope, laughing at all my best friends' jokes. Things I loved when I was a kid. Muddy roads, muddy feet. I didn't live on no blacktop street. Things have changed a lot, but I never did. And I don't want to think about tomorrow. I don't need anything money can buy. I don't have to beg, steal, or borrow. I just want to live until I die. Living right, living in this little old town I grew up in. But I still held on to my dream. Standing proud, standing tall, standing smack dab in the middle of it all. I don't worry about things that I can't change. And I don't want to think about tomorrow. I don't need anything money can buy. I don't have to beg, steal, or borrow. I just want to live until I die. And everything around me are things I dearly love. And every night I get on my knees and thank the Lord above that I don't have to think about tomorrow. I don't need anything money can buy. I don't have to beg, steal, or borrow. I just want to live until I die. I don't have to beg, steal, or borrow. I just want to live until I die.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at WCCU.org. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Qualifications apply. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
In the Mondack region, we know what makes a community special. People who care and moments worth sharing. Coca-Cola Bottling of Williston is proud to bring families, friends, and neighbors together with ice-cold Coca-Cola and a full lineup of refreshing beverages you love. From gatherings of friends and family to school fundraisers, ball games, and local events, we're here to support our communities and refresh the moments that matter. Coca-Cola, bringing the Mondack region together one smile at a time.
Up here against Miles Community College and the Pioneers. It is a big conference matchup. The Pioneers took the first one. It is now time for the Basin Brokers starting lineups. Basin Brokers, your local experts for navigating the real estate game. Taking a first look at Miles Community College and the Pioneers. An outside hitter sophomore. Number 2 at 5'6" from Providence, Montana, Maya Maynard. At libero, 5'6", sophomore from Shelby, Montana. Number 4, Cameron Clevens. From Hardin, Montana, wearing number 5 of 5'9", freshman center, Taya Gupto. From Providence, Montana, a 5'10", sophomore outside hitter, number 6, Zeeson Schaefer. An outside hitter, sophomore from Circle, Montana, at 5'9", number 7, Grace Gackel. And number 15 from Hardin, Montana, 6 feet 1 inch freshman, outside hitter Joanna Limberhead. And now for the starting lineups for the Williston State Tetons as they look to get things out, as they'll go with a 5'10" sophomore middle blocker from Glen Burn, number 4, Ella Post. Brought up by sophomore from North Battleford, Saskatchewan. 5'10" middle blocker number 7, Erica Hansen. A 5'8" freshman outside hitter from Lame Deer, Montana, number 8, Danny Jordan. Followed up by a 6'2" sophomore outside hitter from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, number 11, Ella Morgan. And rounding out the starting lineups is a 5'7" freshman center from Williston, North Dakota, number 13, Tristy Creel. The Tetons are coached by Nathan Martell in his first year as head coach, Emmy Handelin and Sarita Restrepo in as assistant coaches. Restrepo just a year removed from being a player for the Tetons. No stranger to the Pioneers or big postseason games herself, and she has been instrumental here for Williston State as they're getting ready to huddle up. And with Coach Handelin away, it'll be Coach Restrepo handling over the service aiming responsibilities. Both teams now huddle up along the court as the Pioneers in their black uniforms with blue sleeves and white lettering. Tetons in their pink uniforms with white lettering and trim. It'll be Haynes set to check in first for the Tetons, and she'll be coming in for Hansen. So here, as of late, it has been Haynes substituting in for Morgan as part of that rotation. But Coach Martell has been shaking up some looks as of late, as some of the freshmen have been starting to develop, and also the substitution coming in for the Pioneers. As checking out is Reiner, and checking in is Blevins to play the front. As here comes a serve from Guptill. And it'll be a double hit called on the Tetons. It'll be Creel went to go for a back set, and that was called a double hit quick. Guptill now to serve again with the Pioneers having a 1-0 lead. They'll go over to Jordan. Creel has to push it way over to Frazier down the line, and that one's going to be on there for a Teton point. They're tied up at 1 apiece. A good attack by Frazier there to get it down on that outside lane. And now it'll be Jordan to serve for Williston State. Here comes her run up 1-1, and that'll be pushed up by Schaefer. Far outside attack by Limberhen. Over there is Hain to get it. Creel to Morgan with a big attack. Has blocked at the net. Post to Creel. Back set. Frazier going back corner. Right there for is Guptill again. Another big outside attack. That one's going to be blocked at the net. That one coming from Nader. And that one will be a Teton point to put them up 2-1 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Danny Jordan back to serve for the Tetons. Next serve is going to be just out, trying to cut it down cross court, and that'll tie things up at 2 apiece. Sophomore defensive specialist Maya Mader back to serve for the Pioneers. Here comes a serve from Mader. That was a fastball back to Hain. Creel up to Morgan with a soft touch. Good dig out from the back by Schaefer. Here comes a flat-footed attack by Maynard. Jordan with the dig. Creel right down Main Street from post. Coming in is Guptill with the dig. Going to go back out to the outside, Limberhen, but Jordan's waiting for it. Creel now pushing it backside to Frazier. It'll pinball around off the hands of Maynard and out. Solid play by both teams on that volley. Tetons just were able to get the Pioneers to blink first, as Frazier will come in for Hain, and now Post will be back to serve. A sliding dig by Blevins, and that one's going to be a 4-hit by the Pioneers. They couldn't quite handle it. Back to serve again is going to be Ella Post, the sophomore middle blocker. Post ready to go. Here comes her next serve. That one again over to Blevins. Here comes Guptill to the outside, and that one is the first attack by Zeeson Schaefer. And her name will be featured heavily here by the Pioneers, as she has about 45% of their total chances and about well over a quarter of their total kills. As here comes a serve from Grace Gackle. And here come Morgan again with another outside attack. Creel with a fantastic set to Morgan. And the improvement that Tristy Creel has made, even from being a standout senior for Williston High to where she is right now, has been astonishing. Say that Ashley and Frazier check out of the game. And coming in is going to be Paulo Blanco-Retuerta. She'll be in to serve. Blanco-Retuerta sends a bullet to the back row. It'll be Kirby also up front, outside by Schaefer, and that one is going to miss wide. A rare miscue from Schaefer on an unforced error will now send Blanco-Retuerta back to the stripe for another one. Tetons up 6-3 here in the first set. Paula's next serve, another fastball. This one will be into the net, as that'll make it 6-4 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Now a sub coming in for Johanna Limberton for the Pioneers, and it is going to be Mackenzie DeFord. We'll be back to serve. DeFord goes to Hain. Blanco-Retuerta now to Morgan. DeFord with a big dig. Here comes Mater with a free ball over. Jordan in the back. Blanco-Retuerta down the middle to Hansen. That one's going to be dug up. And another flat-footed attack. Hain's going to come over. Now going to go Kirby on the outside, and DeFord again slides in there. Blanco-Retuerta with a good dig. Hain with a bump set. Morgan going to be rejected at the net, but it'll go wide. Schaefer in with Reiner in on the block. And now it will be Elkins coming in for Morgan, as Hain in at libero with Morgan. Those two have played on and off here at libero for conference games. And it'll be Elkin is going to serve it to the back row. Soft touch, and that'll get over by Schaefer. A couple of Pioneers nearly collided with each other to cause that one to get in there for a point. Instead, Schaefer able to get the job done now to make it 7-5. And in to serve is Savannah Newsom. She's in with Kayla Jensen, who was up playing the front. Now Newsom with a serve to Hain. It'll be Jordan has to keep it alive, and Hansen tries to just punch it over the net the last second, but cannot get there in time. That'll make it a 1-point set, 7-6 on the American State Bank scoreboard. And now Newsom, a 5'4" freshman, serves again. That one to Elkins. Blanco-Retuerta keeps it up, and Jordan somehow gets it over, and a quick dump across is going to be get down and in there. Gupto saw the Tetons were out of position, and she just dumped it in a big hole. And now it is tied up at 7 apiece with Newsom again to serve. Newsom with her next serve. That one will go to Elkins. That one will be touched back up. Hansen will put it in the back, but there's going to be a net violation called on the Tetons, as those violation will go on Kirby. Tetons looking to make a little bit of a back row adjustment. Now Pioneers up by 1, 8-7. Newsom with her next serve, and that one will be out just past the back of the line. And in unintentional did gift to the Tetons to tie back up at 8 apiece. And now put Emma Hain at the service line. Here comes Hain. That one's going to be misplayed by Newsom. Keeping it alive out of the back is DeFord. And a high ball is going to be spiked on the comeback by Jordan, who just sent it wide. She was looking to set this place on fire if she would have gotten that one to go. And she knew as soon as that one was hit and went wide that it was a mistake, but it was a calculated and worth it risk. Now the serve from Cameron Blevins, the libero. Elkins with a good receive. Blanco-Retuerta to Kirby. Good dig by DeFord. Push over to the back corner, and there's going to be a violation. It's going to be a double hit called on the push over. Kirby and Blanco-Retuerta coming out of the game. Frazier and Creel in. Tristy Creel now to serve. 5'7" freshman. Looking to see if she can't put Wilson State back on the high side. Here comes the serve. Back corner to Newsom. That one's going to get away, and Creel does, in fact, put Wilson State up 10-9. She'll be back for her second. Here comes the next serve from Creel. That one will be back by to Ford. Now outside attack from Jensen, blocked at the net. Here comes a set from Guptill. Jensen again blocked at the net, and that'll be down there. And it will be a huge block by the combination of Kaylin Frazier and Ella Post, as that will now be a 2-point lead for Williston State, not 11-9. Creel again with a serve. That one, it'll be Blevins stepping in front of Newsom, and now it's going to be attacked, and it'll be kept alive. Post with a second touch. Jordan gets into the back row. Here's going to be Newsom. It was set up outside attack. Hain can't handle the attack down the middle by Gackel, and that will make it now just a 1-point Teton lead, 11-10. Back in for DeFord is Limberhan to play up front. The 6'1 freshman back in. Flat-footed serve coming from Guptill, and that'll be misplayed by the back row for Williston State, as it's been tied up now 11-all. Both teams still have their full 2 complements of timeouts here in the first set. Guptill again back to serve, flat-footed line drive to Elkins. Now Creel to Jordan, soft touch. That'll be just getting over the blocker. Gackel got a finger on it, but neither her nor Jensen could react to the changeup from Jordan. Will now be back to serve. Both teams have officially gone around the order in service. Tetons up by 1, 12-11. Jordan with the off-speed curve. There'll be a late attack coming across, a dangerous one from Jensen, and here comes Morgan responding off the quick set from Creel. Hain had to make a sharp play as that one was hit down the line by Jensen. She did, and Morgan was making sure that she made it count. Jordan again back to serve. Tetons up 13-11. Tandy with her next one, and that'll be a softball that'll get over the net. It'll just squeak, and I'm not sure if there was a slight squeak right as Jordan went to go hit. I'm not sure if she really tried to take that much off or got distracted. Here comes the next one. This one's long. It's going to be hit around. Gackel gets it. Here's going to be a send over from Newsom. Creel outside. Morgan's down the line in there for a point. Beat Guptill. And now it is a 15-11 Teton lead. You have to think that Coach Kuzmo for the Pioneers would be looking at a timeout here if the Tetons get 1 or 2 more. Jordan with the next serve. Good receive by Blevins. Good attack. Great dig out there by Creel. Keeping it alive is Frazier. Free ball by Jordan to the back row to Newsom. Quick set is going to go nowhere over the top. And looking for Gackel on a quick set was Guptill, and no one was home. And now the Tons are up by 5, 16-11. Still no timeout after that play as Jordan looking to run away with this one. Here comes the next serve. Danny goes to Guptill in the middle. Quick set down the middle. Getting a hand on it is going to be Post. It'll be a quick set again to Frazier from Creel, and the missed time was there, and that will stop the Teton run. They're still up by 4. Now 11-16. So it looks like just a little miscommunication between the two as they're talking it out here on the court. Now, after a quick substitution for the Pioneers, part of the rotation, it'll be Mia Mater back to serve. Here comes the Mater serve. That one to Elkins. It'll be a Creel back row. Jordan shoots it well in the back to Mater. Now coming again is going to be Limberhan with the attack, and she'll get it down in there for the point. Pioneers within 3, 16-3 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Mater again to serve. Tetons looking for a quick stop. She'll go pull it again to Elkins. Creel, backside. Frazier pushes it across. Blockers were able to stop it, but they couldn't push it back. And that'll get down 17-13. Hain coming out. Hansen coming in. Erica Hansen back at the front row. And now it'll be Ella Post to serve. Post sends it deep to Blevins. Sent over to the outside to Limberhan, and that one will go off the hands of Morgan. And that will bring it back to a 3-point game. Now 17-14. Hain in for Post. as Blevins will check out. Coming in for her is Reiner to play the front. And now Grace Gackel back to serve for the Pioneers. Gackel with the run-up. It'll go back to Haynes. She's going to push it forward. Creel has to hurry to Morgan down there for a quick point. Morgan and Creel have been buttoned up as a duo so far here throughout this one. 18-14. Blanco-Huerta and Kirby back in. Blanco-Huerta now back to serve. Paula will step into one. That was going to be misplayed. First touch, second touch. Now a flat-footed attack over from Schaefer. Jordan in the back. Quick set. Two hands and blocked to the net. Should pop it up. Blanco-Huerta outside. Morgan with another attack. She'll going to try to keep it up. She couldn't quite. And that will be another point. Back and forth we go. Tetons have been holding on to that 3-4 advantage. They're looking to keep it here as Mackenzie DeFord goes back in. She'll come in for Limberhen. DeFord defensively gave the Tetons all sorts of troubles in her first set into the game. Now she'll serve back. It'll go to Jordan. Blanco-Huerta outside Kirby, and that'll be off the hands of Mater and out. Back up to a 4-point lead, 19-15. Back in is Abby Elkins for the Tetons. The 5'2 sophomore playing in her last home game here in her hometown with the run-up. And the serve, it'll go back row, pushes it up to Guptill. Outside attack from Schaefer is going to be blocked, but it goes out of bounds. And that'll pull the lead back down to 3. Newsom as well as Jensen going back in. They'll be checking in for Schaefer and Mater. It'll be Newsom to serve now for the Pioneers. And she'll go deep to Hain. Here comes Blanco-Huerta, bumps head. Jordan with authority, and that was a hard one. Another big dig from Blanco-Huerta after it was pushed back over. Jordan with a soft touch now. Newsom gets it across. It'll be set up over the outside to Jensen. Blanco-Huerta the dig. Hain with a bump set. Now comes Kirby. Soft touch again. In there, Blevins with the dig. Second touch back out to Jensen, who shoots it too hard out the back. Tetons get a point back. First to 20. As Hansen goes out, Post comes in to play the front, and now it will be Emma Hain to serve. Hain with a lollipop serve over that goes back in the back row to DeFore outside, and that will be, they're going to get a touch called at the net, and it'll give the point to the Pioneers, so they do say that Post did get a finger touch on it, so the lead now back down to 3. Rainier going back out of the game. As Blevins is back into serve, she'll send it to deep to Jordan. Had to make a back shoulder dig. Here comes the Pioneers again. It'll be a free ball from Jensen. Elkins ran to the back corner to get there. Blanco-Huerta now to Jordan. Here's the attack off the fingertips and back out. Tetons back up by 4 away from taking this one. It's been a teeter-totter for about the last 10 points. As Creel and Frazier back in. Tristy Creel to serve. Kaylin Frazier to play the front line. Creel goes down the line and she misses wide, and that'll make it a 3-point Teton lead, 21-18. DeFord checking out. Limberhen coming back in. So she'll be in the front for the next 3 rotations. However, Schaefer still out for the Pioneers. Serve goes to Jordan. Creel back to Jordan for the kill. In there for a huge point, and that one felt a little bit different, as that will also bring back in Morgan and send to the line Creel. Excuse me, send to the line Jordan. So Jordan now with a 4-point lead has the serve. It'll go back deep to Blevins. Set up front goes quick, and that's going to be a dig by Creel, and Frazier can't quite get there in time. Lead back down to 3, 22-19. Checking back in is Mater as well as Schaefer. So now both teams with their number ones, their starting lineups out on the court. As Williston State now 3 points away from taking set number 1. Here comes a serve from Mater to Jordan in the back. Creel up front. It'll be pushed over by Post. Good dig by the Pioneers. It'll be an attack over to Creel. Hain with a pump set. Morgans gets it across. Blevins with a good dig out the back. Up at the net. Stopped by Frazier, and down it goes. Coming up huge there is Kaylin Frazier at the net. As now Ella Post will go back to serve. Emma Hain comes out. Erica Hansen comes in to play the front. Post with the next serve. 23-19 goes to Blevins in the back. Here comes the set up front, and that will trickle down the net after hitting blockers from Limberhin for another Pioneer point. Back and forth again we go. Grace Gackel to serve. Libero Blevins now out for the Pioneers. The serve to Hain. Jordan has to get the second touch. Now free ball's going to come over from Frazier. Limberhin goes up front quick, and that was going to be an easy point from Reiner. Now it's just a 2-point set, 23-21. Both teams looking to see if they can be the first to take the first set. Full timeouts for both teams. Serve goes to Hain. Creel races over. Set from Morgan. She goes flat-footed to the back row to Gackel. Outside set to Schaefer. Jordan with a big dig. Creel moves to Morgan with the comeback off the hand of Naylor. And Morgan, the #1 hitter in the conference, says anything you can do, I can do better, and puts one down. T-Tots now at set point. Blanc-Rochware to Ann Kirby coming in. Paula now looking to see if she can seal this one here with an ace. Here comes a serve, rocket to the back row. Blevins is going to put one over. Time for the set. T-Tots take it 25-21 over the Pioneers. There's 3 minutes here on the American State Bank scoreboard. T-Tots take set number 1 of hopefully 3 for Williston State. We'll be back to start set number 2 in 2.5 minutes. We'll be back in 2.5.
Creation Carpets is more than flooring. They're your neighbors. Proudly serving Williston and Watford City. From plush carpet to durable vinyl plank, elegant tile, and stylish blinds. They have the products and professional installation to bring your vision to life. Whether you're updating one room or building your dream home, trust Creation Carpets to do it right. Stop by 501 Main Street in Williston or call 701-774-3950. Creation Carpets. Locally owned, expertly installed, always dependable.
Hi, this is Kyle from Bodo's Appliance and Outdoor Living. Fall is in the air. We'd like to remind you you're ready for the change of seasons. Toro snowblowers have already arrived and are set up and ready to go. Hunters, don't forget the freezers and Pelican coolers to keep your critters cool. If you're finishing up that new home or just remodeling, we have package deals to suit your needs. Delivery and installation is always available along with service after the sale at Bodo's Appliance and Outdoor Living. Located on 2nd Avenue West, Williston.
Got a crack in your windshield or a chip that's spreading fast? Don't wait. Call the Windshield Doctor at 701-572-4088. Locally owned and trusted. They specialize in rock chip repair, full windshield replacement, and so much more. From screen repair to flat glass, picture frame glass, plexiglass, and mirrors. If it's glass, the Windshield Doctor has the cure. Fast service, fair prices, and hometown care. Call the Windshield Doctor today. Your clear choice for crystal clear results.
At Williston State College, we believe education should fit your lifestyle. Choose from Associate of Arts, Science, or Applied Science degrees, plus certificates in completion and program certificates with seamless transfers to more than 100 North Dakota universities. Whether you're starting college or returning later in life, Williston State offers in-person, online, hybrid, and evening classes designed to fit every student's schedule. Apply today at willistonstate.edu. Williston State College, where the people make the difference.
Big news from Baja Auto Sales. Our location at 521 2nd Street West in Williston is newly remodeled and ready for you. Find all makes and models Dodge, Ford, GMC, Mercedes, you name it. Baja Auto Sales has it. Plus a full-service department offering everything from tune-ups and brake jobs to oil changes and full car detailing. Stop by today and see the new space or call to schedule your service at 701-572-2252. That's Baja Auto Sales, where quality meets service.
Mike Cooper back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons getting ready to start set number 2 after taking set number 1 off of the Pioneers of Miles Community College, 25-21. And it was a good one at that, back and forth throughout the mid and late game. And the Tetons now will be bringing Tristy Creel back to serve. It'll be Creel, Morgan, and Hain in the back row. Jordan, Frazier, and Post up front. Creel now with the serve. She'll go to the back, and that'll be gone long by Blevins. As for the second straight set, it will be the Pioneers who take the first point, up 1-0. And now Mater will be back to serve for the Pioneers, looking to expand on an early lead. It'll go to Jordan. Creel with a set up to the outside. Here comes Frazier off the top. They've dug up by Guptill. Flat-footed Limberhand back to Morgan. Now to be Creel backside again to Jordan. Soft touch, knocked around to be dug up the back again. Back row, Morgan with the dig. Creel again to Frazier. She slaps it across. Waiting for it is Schaefer. Back to Limberhen again. They're going across net to Morgan. Creel has to race to keep it alive. Jordan now looking to see. She's going to send it way back corner. Blevins with a dig in the back of the paint. And now Schaefer gets it across off the back of the hand. Soft. It'll be to Jordan with a soft throw. And it'll be Schaefer with a second hit. Free ball comes over. Hain with it now. This time Creel quick set over again, and it's going to be blocked by the Pioneers and down for another Miles point after a very lengthy volley. Those ones were going the Tetons' way in set number 1. Let's see if they can refine their form. Here comes Mater with the next serve. Jordan will run over. Creel backside to Jordan, and there's going to be a net violation called on. Looks like it's going to be on Gackle, and that will give the serve to Jordan, who now has the Tetons down by just 1. 1-2 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Jordan will go to Blevins in the back. Up comes Guptill. Now it'll be Schaefer. Sends it across the Hain. And it'll be Creel. Saves it. It's at the net. And it's going to be popped over. And a late whistle for a 4 hit is going to be called. Frazier was looking for a touch that didn't come or wasn't there. As back to serve now will be Gackle. 2-point lead. We have served to the back row. Here comes Morgan with a big attack, and that'll be off a bunch of hands and out. Tetons get a quick side out, and now they'll be back down by just 1. Hain will check out. Frazier coming in, and now Post will be back to serve. Ella with her first serve of the set will go to the back row to Mater. Coming up with the pump set is going to be Guptill. Schaefer will send her across. Outside Morgan now. She'll get that one down for a big kill. As the Tetons now tied with the Pioneers. Post takes a look at Coach Restrepo. As the next serve from Post goes up to the front. Limberhand is going to be blocked by Morgan, and that one's going to be kicked around after it goes back to the Pioneers' side. Tetons up by 1. Post back to serve. Williston State looking to see if they can't make easy work here in set number 2 after battling back from an early lead. Post goes deep to the back corner. Mater with the dig coming for the bump set to the outside to Schaefer, and Creel got a hand on it, but could not get the pass into an area where a teammate could pick it up, and that will tie things back up at 4 apiece. Post checks out, and Hain comes back in. Limberhen will now come out for the Pioneers, as Mackenzie DeFord, the 5'4" freshman, will come in and also serve. DeFord serve to Hain in the back row. Creel set to Morgan will be off the hands of DeFord and down in the Tetons. Back up by 1. Kirby and Blanco Tuerta now checking in. Blanco Tuerta now back to serve. Kirby up front. Here comes the 5'4" serve. That one was an absolute rocket, and that one will. Hansen tried to touch it down, but mishit it up front and went down on the Teton side. And Coach Martell telling Erica, hey, you the middle blocker up there, you go after it. Don't let anybody else shy you away. As Morgan up there may have distracted or shied Hanson away. And now it's going to be a soft touch across from Kirby, and that one will go away. So a couple of miscues in a row for the Tetons, and now they're trailing by one as Newsom again serving. Here comes the next one. That'll be to Jordan. Blanco-Tuerta bumps it out to Kirby. Across it'll go. Blevins with a dig. Guptill outside. Jordan has the attack go through her fingertips, kept alive. Hain to Kirby. Free ball going over. Guptill over to Reiner. Good dig on the outside. Morgan had to wait for the pass to get to her. DeFord keeps it alive. Free ball coming over, but it's right to Hain. Blanco-Tuerta outside to Morgan, who puts that one down. And Ella with the definitive end to that volley, who will now come out of the game with Abby Elkins coming in to serve. Tetons tied at 6 apiece. Elkins with her next serve. That'll go the back row, 2 to 4, back set. It'll go to Reiner. That goes off of blocker's fingertips. And that took enough momentum that it did not get all the way to Blanco-Tuerta in the back row to put the Pioneers back up by one, now 7-6. Cameron Blevins, the sophomore libero, to serve. Here comes her serve out to Hain, who has trouble with it, and that'll be hit into the net. 2-point lead now for the Pioneers. They're looking to see if they can't tie this one up at 1 set apiece. Now it is going to be Blevins again with the serve. Hain will step in front of Elkins, take that one. Kirby with the set, and that one off the fingertips of Jensen. Will get down there for a Kirby kill. And that'll bring the Tetons back within one. Hanson back out. With post coming in. Serve coming up from Hain. Quick set down the middle. That's going to be over the top, and Hain can't come back from the back row to get there. Tetons back down by 2, 9-7. Limbering coming back in with the Ford going out. And now they'll be Guptill to serve. Guptill with the flat-footed serve will go to Jordan. Blanco-Tuerta, quick over to post. She'll slide a soft push over. There to dig was Blevins. Attack will go over. Great dig. Jordan with a jump hook to put it over. And it'll be Limbering, flat-footed attack right to Elkins in the back row. Blanco-Tuerta again to Jordan. Blocked at the net, and no one can come and pick it up behind her. And that will now be a 3-point lead for the Pioneers. 10-7 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Serve again is going to be Guptill, looking to extend the lead out to 4. Fastball to Elkins. Blanco-Tuerta backside. Kirby is going to be blocked, and that'll stay in the Tetons side for another point. Coach Martell coming up to the court, and he's going to ask for a timeout. We'll take one as well. Tetons trail by 4, 11-7. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Here at Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, we believe in we, not I. We are members, owners, family. We love what we do. We are built for you and by you. We give back. We are leaders, life changers. We empower people. We improve lives. We believe everyone has a unique voice and the power of numbers. We are many members. We are one force, one vision. We are building a better world. Now, together, we are a cooperative.
Mike, we're back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Coach Martell hopes to fix whatever was ailing the Tetons after that first timeout that's been taken all match long, not just here in set number 2. Tetons hold a 1-0 advantage. As it'll be another serve coming from Ty Guptill. Hain will come and pick it up. Blanco-Tuerta backside. Jordan, a partial block. Guptill coming to pick it up. Here comes this push across by Jensen. Tetons going back to Jordan. She'll go to Newsom, and now it's going to be into the net and knocked around. Tetons finally get a stop, as that will bring in Creel and Frazier for Blanco Tuerta and Hansen. Back to serve now, Tristy Creel. And serve will go to Blevins. Mishandles a little bit, and here will come a saving back row attack from Jensen. And it'll be Creel to Jordan, shoots it through the fingertips of Guptill, and in there for a Teton point, who's now down just by 2. Danny Jordan's gotten so effective with that, call it a throw, into that back row. Creel again to the serve. This one a lollipopper to the back row, to Newsom. Soft touch, and Hain can't quite come up far enough to pick that one up. 3-point Pioneer lead now after the side out, 12-9. And that brings in Maya Mater. Also checking back in is Zeeson Schaefer to play up front. Mater with serve to Elkins. It'll be Hain as it come up for the second touch to Frazier. Now to Blevins, who sets it up. It'll be over towards the net. Somehow Tetons keep it alive. We push across. Blevins with a good dig. It'll be Guptill. Now to Limberhin, off the hands of Jordan and out of bounds. Back up by 4, matching the largest lead of the set and the match for the Pioneers. As Mater will be now back to serve. Here comes the serve from Mater. That one to Elkins. Creel backside. Jorgens with the push over. That'll be Guptill. Limberhand with a big attack. Hain keeping it up. It'll be Creel somehow getting it. Another hand on it. As the Tetons having a little bit of issues passing the ball around the court. Now looking to see if they can just figure some things out with an alignment change. Mater now to serve, 5-point Pioneer lead. Long serve will be out. Hain made sure to duck underneath it. And that will now make it 14-10. Tom's back within 4 as Elkins now comes out of the game with Morgan coming in and Danny Jordan back to serve. Jordan with the serve back to Blevins. Guptill now, and there's going to be a violation on the Tetons. There's a net violation. And that'll be a free point back to the Pioneers. Now up by 5 once again, 15-10. To serve will be Grace Gackle. Gackle go to Hain, who will get it over the net. It'll be misplayed around. It'll have to be pushed over by Reiner. Creel to Morgan on the outside. That'll be blocked. It'll be Hain behind her to pick it up. Now post with a big attack in the back row is Gackle. Limberhin from the back row. It'll be Hain now getting it up to Frazier. Tipped at the line. Now pushing over from Mater. It'll be Reiner is going to be blocked at the net. And there is going to be a whistle from the down official. And it looks like there's going to be now a captain's meeting between the ump official, and I'm not sure what the ruling would be, and maybe a player's safety with, I do believe it was one of the Pioneers was on the ground under the net. But they're just going to call it an inadvertent whistle, and they'll replay the point. And to benefit the Pioneers, the Tetons had that one all but one before that whistle came. And now it will be Gackle again to serve. She'll get a redo. That'll go back to Jordan, up to Creel, backside now Frazier, and that one with authority, and Frazier is bumped up. And she gave a big shove to Tristy Creel and said, let's go, trying to fire her team up. Hansen coming in to play the front, Hain checking out, and now Post will be back to serve. Post goes back row to Mater. So he's sent to the outside, Limberhin, she's going to be blocked, but Blevins is going to be there. Jordan with the receive of the Sullivan attack, and a quick touch over by Morgan is going to just about result in a Guptill and Limberhead collision, but instead just gets down for a Teton point. And now back to a 3-point game, 15-12. Here comes another serve, and that one's going to be just long by post. Since pushing their lead out to as many as 4 for the first time, the Tetons have pulled within as many as 2, within as few as 2. Now looking to get some quick stops here as Mackenzie DeFord will be back to serve. And she'll send it right to Jordan, who pass it. Morgan coming, and Morgan with a meteor off the kill, and I don't know who would have been able to stop that one. As the Tetons within 3, Frazier and Creel going out, Blanco Tuerta and Kirby coming in. Ball now back to serve. And she'll send it off the fingertips of Blevins. It goes. Second touch by DeFord. Flat foot from Sullivan. Gets it over to Jordan. Blanco Tuerta. Now to Morgan. Off some fingertips up front by Reiner as well as Guptill, and down. And the Tetons back now within 2 points. Blanco Tuerta with a chance to pull it within 1. Paul's next serve. That one's a rocket over to Blevins. Reiner coming with the attack, keeping it up. It's going to be Hain. It'll pinball around. Lee gets pushed back out to 3, 17-14 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Williston State still very much within striking distance. And out to serve is going to be Savannah Newsom, the 5'4" freshman. Newsom with her next serve. It'll be back to Jordan. Here comes Blanco Tuerta. Now to Kirby. Soft to the top of her head. Pancake from Blevins. It'll be a free ball going over from Guptill right to Jordan. Blanco Tuerta to Morgan. He's going to block. Blanco Tuerta keeps it alive. Jordan dives for it and can't quite get there. And a great attempt. That'll be a Newsom serve coming again. Now back to a 4-point advantage. Next serve on the way back to Jordan. Kirby has to race to save it. And the dig goes into the stands. That's back out to a 5-point lead. Tetons are going to take their second and final timeout of the set. Looking to see if they can't right the ship here before this second set gets too far out of hand. We're going to take a half-minute timeout ourselves. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Extreme situations require Extreme Pro services. When equipment breaks down, that quote, time is money, gets very real. Extreme Pro Services provides expert diagnostic, repair, and reconditioning in the shop or the field. For heavy equipment, on and off-road, agricultural, construction, material handling, and rail car movement. Remember, Extreme Pro Services. You rely on your machines to work, to run, to earn. That's Extreme Pro Services, offering fast, reliable solutions to keep your equipment safe, efficient, and productive. It all starts with an X.
Mike Goodall back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons are looking to see if they can't battle back down 5 here in set number 2. 19-14 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Savannah Newsom to serve for the Pioneers. Tetons ready for serve goes to Jordan. Now back out to Morgan, who will misplay it at the net. And that will make it now 20-14. As Morgan took a look over at Coach Martell, he says, hey, don't worry about it. Just a simple mistake. Don't let it get to you. As Newsom again gets ready to serve. Now a 6-point lead. That will be a serve that was long. Jordan ducked underneath that one. Morgan now will come out of the game with Elkins coming in. Abby Elkins, the sophomore from Williston. Now to serve for the Tetons. 5 down, 5 away from dropping the set, and that one is going to be 2 back row players, DeFord and Newsom, running into each other, and the dig will go out of bounds, back to a 4-point set. Another attack coming from Elkins. Another serve coming from Elkins. That goes back 2-4. We miss hit. Newsom now the second hit. Blevins with the free ball over to the back row. Elkins pass it up. Blanco to Frazier. Hansen there with a quick attack. They'll be outside now to Jensen. Blocked at the net. Frazier first touch. Blanco to black side. Jordan. That'll be a good dig by Newsom out the back. Jensen digs it across. Blanco great dive to keep it alive. Kirby comes over into the back row 2-4. It'll be Reiner with the touch. Kirby with tipped it away from Blanco who was right behind her. And that will push it up 21-16. And Cameron Blevins, the sophomore from Shelby, Montana, back to serve for the Pioneers. Blevins with the next serve to the Tetons. Hain, good pass to Blanco. Here comes Jordan right down the line in there for a point. And the Tetons back within 4-24-17. And now Emma Hain back to serve. She's been known to go on runs from the service line, looking to see if she can do it here and close the gap. Hain with her serve. This will be a good serve back to Newsom. Great pass, and now Jensen tries to throw it across, and that one is going to be 4 touch. They're going to call it as a late whistle came on that one. That'll be Hain again to serve, just down by 3, 21-18. Next serve from Anna. That one was a soft one. Blevins comes up and gets it, and there's going to be an attack that just sneaks into that back corner. Teton thought it was going to be long, and that will, they momentarily have the score on the wrong scoreboard. 22-18 now the score. Here comes the next serve from Hain. That one deep in the back row. Newsom punches it up, goes back to the forward. Free ball coming over from Blevins. Back row now to Elkins. It'll be Jordan who just touches it over and down. And on the scoreboard, or no, the last one they call it a Teton point. Now it's going to be 21-20, and they're going to call it a timeout for the Pioneers. Just a 1-point set as the Tetons now back within 1. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout ourselves. We'll be back in half a minute.
Williston State College's annual Giving Day was a great success. Thank you to all who donated to Giving Day and helping our college continue to grow. This is Hunter Berg, Director of the WSC Foundation. If you missed Giving Day, don't worry, it's not too late. You can still support the Giving Day program at WSC until October 23rd. Donations can be made online, in person, or through the mail. Give us a call today to pledge your support of Williston State's Giving Day or to find out more information about all the great things happening at WSC. Call 572-9275. We'd love to visit with you. And as always, go Tetons.
We're back here for Teton Volleyball on 60 Keys News Radio. Tetons are out of timeouts. Pioneers have 1. Tetons trail by 1, 21-20 on the American State Bank scoreboard. And Emma Hain back to serve. She's going to send a soft one. It'll go to Newsom. Quick touch across, and Hain can't come back all the way up from the back row to get there on the soft touch. And that will put a 2-point lead on the board. Also bring out to forward and bring up to serve Guptill. And she'll hit one across. That'll go to Elkins, who misplays it into Hain, and down it goes. Now it's the Pioneers 2 points away from taking set number 2. Tetons looking for another feverish comeback here in this one. Guptill again to serve. Tetons need a quick stop right here. To Elkins, and she'll misplay that one into the crowd. Now it is set point, this time for the Pioneers. Back to serve again is Taya Guptill, looking for the set win. Here comes the flat-footed set to Hain. It'll go to Blanco Tuerta. Kirby gets it across. A bump sent to the outside to Limberhin. She'll attack to Elkins. Good dig and pass to Blanco Tuerta. Now Jordan with the soft touch. That'll be down, and Jordan keeps the set alive. 24-21. As that stop will get Creel and Frazier back in for Kirby and Blanco Tuerta. Trishy Creel to serve. Here comes a serve to the back row to Guptill. It'll be Limberin, get a soft one across. Creel goes to Jordan, off a blocker and down, and that'll now be 24-22. T-Top back within two, and Creel again to serve. She's had a couple of great service sets so far. Looking to see if she can rattle off another one here. T-Top need to get at least two more here, and Creel sends another soft one. That one's going to be shanked way over, and a free ball will come over to Elkins. Jordan again with the attack, and now it'll get down. Danny Jordan now with two straight attacks have gotten Williston State back within one, as they need one more point right here. If so, it would force a point 26 by either team. Right now, still set point. Next serve from Creel, it'll go back to Blevins. It'll be sent over to, on the outside, to Jensen. Elkins pass it up. Jordan again off the heel of her hand to Guptill. Outside, Jensen sends one past Elkins and down 4.25. And that will tie it up at 1 set apiece. We're going to take a quick 2.5-minute timeout here from the well in Williston. When we come back, we'll have the start of set number 3. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes.
Coming soon, Spider RV Storage. All new fenced, secured, and lighted storage yard in Northwest Williston on Sadler Ridge Circle. RVs, light to medium trailers, cars, trucks, and even tractors. Fully secured, live video security, online payment. To reserve your spot today, call Tim at 701-770-5351. Leave your RV, truck, tractor, and trailer in good hands in a fully lighted and secured facility at Spider RV Storage.
In the Mondag region, we know what makes a community special. People who care and moments worth sharing. Coca-Cola Bottling of Williston is proud to bring families, friends, and neighbors together with ice-cold Coca-Cola and a full lineup of refreshing beverages you love. From gatherings of friends and family to school fundraisers, ball games, and local events, we're here to support our communities and refresh the moments that matter. Coca-Cola, bringing the Mondag region together one smile at a time.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at WCCU.org. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Qualifications apply. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Creation Carpets is more than flooring. They're your neighbors, proudly serving Williston and Watford City. From plush carpet to durable vinyl plank, elegant tile, and stylish blinds, they have the products and professional installation to bring your vision to life. Whether you're updating one room or building your dream home, trust Creation Carpets to do it right. Stop by 501 Main Street in Williston or call 701-774-3950. Creation Carpets, locally owned, expertly installed, always dependable.
Hi, this is Kyle from Bodo's Appliance and Outdoor Living. Fall is in the air, and we'd like to remind you we are ready for the change of seasons. Toro snowblowers have already arrived and are set up and ready to go. Hunters, don't forget the freezers and Pelican coolers to keep your critters cool. If you're finishing up that new home or just remodeling, we have package deals to suit your needs. Delivery and installation is always available, along with service after the sale at Bodo's Appliance and Outdoor Living, located on 2nd Avenue West, Williston.
We're back here for Teton Volleyball on 60 Keys News Radio. Teton's out on the floor looking to get going in set number 3. It is tied 1 set apiece. Tetons took the first one 25-21. The Pioneers took set number 2 25-23. Williston State had a few feverish comebacks in that one, just fell a couple of points short, and now back to serve will be in number 5, Taya Guptill. Kick things off here in set number 3. Guptill with the flat-footed serve to the back row to Hain. Here comes Creel, push it off to Frazier, and that one is airmailed out the back for Pioneer point. They've scored first in all 3 sets. Guptill now back to serve again. She'll send another one. This one to Morgan. Over to Creel. Backside. Jordan. That one will get in there just past Schaefer and down for a Teton point. And they tied it up at 1 apiece here on the American State Bank scoreboard. And now we'll put Danny Jordan back to serve. Jordan here now with the jump serve. They'll go to the back row to Mater. An attack on the outside from Limberhin. Second touch, Creel gets it back. Free ball coming over from post. Now it'll be a quick touch up, and Hain tried to dive in there to get it, but it fell right at the net, and she could not come up quick enough. And the Pioneers, ever since their timeout late in that second set, have been hitting it very, very short across the net. Now Morgan with an attack, and that one's going to get down in front of the 2 blockers up front for a Teton point to even up at 2 apiece. Hansen checking out. Hain coming in and post. Now back to serve. Post with a long lob to Blevins. We go, and a big attack coming from Gackle. It'll be dug out by Creel. We free ball over from Frazier to Blevins. Good pass up. Limberhin with a big attack. That one's going to be down. Oh, we're going to call it a Teton touch at the net. And that will make it now 3-2. They'll send Gackle back to serve. He'll jump into the next one, and that one is going to let fall in between Jordan and Hain there for a point. That'll now make it 4-2. Gackle again to serve. He goes with the 4-2 serve. This one goes to Jordan. Creel now to Frazier, off the hands of Gackle and down for a Teton point. Wilson State now back within 1, 4-3 on the American State Bank scoreboard. And going back to the service line is going to be Paula Blanco-Tuerta. And up front is going to be Patricia Kirby. Into platoon in with Frazier and Creel. It's going to be serve goes to Schaefer. With a bump set over from Blevins. Tetons dig it out. Morgan with an attack. Didn't have a lot of pace on it. Mater with a dig. The Guptill now over to Blanco-Tuerta again to Morgan. And that one was even harder and did get down. Now tied up at 4 apiece. 4-4 here on the American State Bank scoreboard. And part of pink tonight we see someone from the Williston State student body wearing a giant pink uniform costume. Kirby's going to touch down the serve that got knocked around. The dig went back up to the net, and Kirby was able to touch it down for a quick point. Tetons now find themselves up by 1, 5-4. Blanco-Tuerta again to serve. That one a long serve to the back row to Blevins. Here comes a big block. That's going to be big attack. It's going to be blocked. Free ball coming over. It'll be Jordan in the back to Blanco-Tuerta. Now to Kirby. She's going to be blocked at the net. And that will tie it up at 5 apiece. So Coach Martell now having a quick conversation with his back row again. And in to serve is going to be Mackenzie DeFord for the Pioneers. She'll send one to Hain. Great pass up to Blanco-Tuerta. Now to Morgan, who is blocked, and now will get down for another Pioneer point, putting them up by 1 now, 6-5. DeFord again to serve. Tetons looking to see if they can tie things up and reclaim the advantage. Again on the serve is DeFord. Rocket back to Hain, up to Blanco-Tuerta, to Kirby backside, soft touch, and that one will get down in front of Schaefer. Schaefer, who has just not looked her electric self here this evening, not nearly as much as she did in Miles, so not sure if she's battling through an injury. Elkins now to serve for the Tetons. 6 serving 6. Serve goes to Blevins. Coming up is going to be Guptill. Outside block Schaefer. She gets it up after a second touch. Free ball goes over. Elkins now up to Blanco-Traer to kicks. Quick set to Hansen. Go back 2 to 4. Quick set coming the other way from Reiner. And that one will be thrown down for a point. And that will now make it 7-6. Schaefer as well as Mater coming out with Newsom coming in. Comes a serve from Newsom. Goes to Hain up to Blanco-Traer to backside. Jordan pushes it off the blocker's hands and down. Guptill tried to adjust in midair. Just couldn't quite get there in time. That'll tie things up at 7. Tetons now looking to reclaim the lead and the advantage as these two teams look to go back and forth once again. Emma Hain now with the serve. It'll go right up to the net, and that'll be pushed down by Jordan. Guptill tried to go the back serve to Reiner. Push it across the net. Jordan right there to send it back home for a point. Tetons up 8-7. Hain looking at Coach Restrepo. Next serve will go in there. It's going to be pinballed around, and that'll be an ace there for Hain. Tetons up by 2, now 9-7, looking to see if they can run quite a few more off and put themselves one set away from taking this one home here at home for sophomore night. Hain with another line drive serve. They'll go back row to the 4. Newsom got out of the way. Now Jensen, and that one is going to be out the back, but there says there's going to be a Teton touch to now make it a 1-point set, 9-8. Blevins back to serve now for the Pioneers, in for Reiner. Another serve on the way from Blevins goes to Hain, who's going to misplay it, and it'll go out, and we are tied back up at 9 apiece. Tetons looking to get a stop. And now again another serve from Blevins. This one will go out the back and put the Tetons up by 1. Creel and Hansen now rotating back in for Blanco-Traer to Ann Kirby. Christy Creel to serve. Here comes the first Creel serve. That one high, back down deep to Ford. Quick set up the middle, and Hain late to get in again. And Coach Martell looking to see if he can't get his rotation to fix that. That's been quite a few times now. The Tetons have been bit on that very thing. Now 10-10 with a serve coming from Guptill. Jordan with the dig. Here comes Frazier with a big attack. Good dig out the back by Newsom, but that one will go down for a Teton point. Now making it 11-10. Back to serve again is Danny Jordan. Jordan with the serve, going to Guptill, push it ahead, has to set it back to Jensen, who throws it across. Touch the net on the block post, was able to get a second look now to Morgan. A good dig by Blevins. Second touch now, Jensen across, she's going to be blocked, and now we'll get down. Tetons again up by 2, now 12-10. With Jordan at the service line, looking to see if they can push it out. Coach Restrepo looking to see how the Pioneers set up before giving the direction. Now the Jordan serve, that one deep to Newsom. Up front to Guptill. Now the attack from Limberin, and that one will hit into the net. Just a misplay from the 6'1 freshman from Hardin. So Hardin and Kirby very familiar with each other, as they were both members of the Hardin High School volleyball squad. Now Jordan, another serve. This will go back to Blevins, right down the middle to, it'll go to the middle to Gackle. She sends it across, and Tetons will get a dig, but it'll go right to the net, put down for a Pioneer point. And that'll be a much needed side out for the Pioneers, who get Schaefer back in, as well as Mater, who will now be back to serve. Wilson State ahead by 2, 13-11 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Serve from Mater will be out, and the whole back row, both Johnson and Hain, as soon as that one left the hand of Maynard, I took a look at the packed row, and they kind of just froze and made sure that none of them were going to go for it. Emma Post now to serve. Ella Post now to serve. Let it go back to Schaefer. Quick push over, and it'll be Morgan will get there, but it'll go back up and over. Morgan with a great dive for a dig. It'll bring the lead back down to 2, 14-12. Reiner coming into play up front. And back to serve is going to be Gackle. Gackle with a big serve to Jordan in the back. Creel backside. Morgan's blocked up front. Combination of Limberhand and Reiner. And that one was going to be sent back with a wall. Now just a 1-point set, 14-13. Wilson State looking to hold on to the lead. Now the next serve. Creel just a quick dump over, throw it across. And it'll be Frazier looking for a big hook. Now that one's going to get over, and they're going to call out. And Coach Martell telling Frazier, hey, you got to stay in the play. And now the ump official talking to the line judge on the Pioneer side of the court. And now captains again are being called to the ump podium. And it looks like they're going to redo that point. And now it is Coach Cusimano asking for Guptill to let her know what the decision was, as it'll be another serve from Gackle. That one back to Hain. Creel going up front. Morgan again off blockers. The dig from Schaefer. Schaefer now getting a look, and that one's going to be blocked, but it'll go out. And that will be on tie now up at 14 apiece. We're looking to see, they're going to make sure that they have the score correct. On the scoreboard, currently sitting 14-13 with all the commotion. Looks like we're now set at 14-14, so the Tetons do give up the lead. Grace Gackle again to serve. Goes to Hain in the back now. Creel backside. Frazier is going to be off blockers and down for a big Teton point. Back on the high side, 15-14. Kirby and Blanco Huerta rotating in for Creel and Frazier. Blanco Huerta now back to serve. Here comes her first rocket of a serve. That'll go back to the back row. Bump set coming from Guptill. Across it'll go from Schaefer. Blanco Huerta to Morgan. That one is going to be out. Morgan just with a miss hit on that one to tie it back up at 15 apiece. Limberhand now coming out of the game. Checking back in is going to be to Ford. Now without Limberhand up front, Tetons may be able to rattle quite a few more off. Hain with the receive, going backside. Kirby off some blockers, popped around. No one can get there. Tetons back up one. They won't have to deal with Joanna Limberhand out clogging up the middle. But Morgan will also come out of the game. So it'll be Jordan, Kirby, and Hansen up front. Looking to see if they can pile it up here with the Tetons holding on to a 1-point 16-15 lead on the American State Bank scoreboard. Now the serve from Abby Elkins goes back to Blevins. Back row attack coming from DeFord. Blanco Huerta backside. Kirby. That one will get off into Ford's hands and out the back for a Teton point, putting them back up by 2. 17-15. Abby Elkins again back to serve for the Tetons. Elkins taking a look over. Coach Restrepo didn't have a signal down yet. There'll be a quick dump over there from Guptill. Now the Tetons have a free sun. Hansen's going to be with the quick push, and I think there's going to be a net violation on the Pioneers. It'll be on Reiner, and that'll be a 3-point Teton lead. Now 18-15. Elkins looking to see if she can surge her team past 20. Soft serve coming up. Blevins receives. Now to Guptill. Big attack from Schaefer into the net. Down for another Teton point. That was the biggest attack so far in the game by Schaefer. As Elkins again, now 19-15, 4-point Teton lead. Here comes the next serve. That one will be back to Blevins. Throwing it out by Reiner. Tetons every time are wanting just a throw. Call's not being made. We'll have to check to see if we can get some sort of explanation here before the next broadcast. Likely wouldn't be here now unless we can reach out to an expert, but there's a timeout on the court now by the Pioneers, and we're going to take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Tetons up 20-15, back in half a minute.
Got a crack in your windshield or a chip that's spreading fast? Don't wait. Call the Windshield Doctor at 701-572-4088. Locally owned and trusted. They specialize in rock chip repair, full windshield replacement, and so much more. From screen repair to flat glass, picture frame glass, plexiglass, and mirrors. If it's glass, the Windshield Doctor has the cure. Fast service, fair prices, and hometown care. Call the Windshield Doctor today. Your clear choice for crystal clear results.
Back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons on the high side by 5, 20-15. Abby Elkins, the Williston sophomore, back to serve again. Here comes her next one to Blevins in the back row. Push it up. Schaefer has pushed it across to Reiner. Jordan will dump it to the back corner. Somehow a big dig by Mater, and a free ball from Reiner will go back to Elkins. Blanc-Rotuerta to Jordan. That was going to be blocked by Gumpto, who explodes on her side of the court. And a big stop there. Jordan still all smiles out on the court. Out of the game comes Schaefer as well as Mater. In comes Newsom to serve. Newsom now with a 20-16 serve. Hain comes up, picks up. Now to Hansen. She's going to be blocked down the middle. Blanc-Rotuerta to Hain. Kirby sends it across out of desperation. Free ball comes over. Elkins right there to pick it up. Right to the net. Blanc-Rotuerta back to Kirby. Goes across. Off the fist of the forward and out. Tetons back up by 5. 21-16. 4 points away from taking a 2-1 lead over the Pioneers. And now it'll be Emma Hain back to serve. The libero number 2. Hain taking some dribbles before her run-up. Here comes a 21-16 lollipop. Blevins has a dive to come get it. That'll be Jensen back to Hain in the back row. Blanc-Rotuerta to Jordan for the attack, and that will be off the fingertips of Reiner and down. Tetons up by 6, 22-16. One more will be the largest set either team has had here in this match. Hain again to serve. Here comes 22-16 Rocket, and that will go just out to Ford. Let it go by, and that will now be another substitution coming in, as it is Grace Gackle subbing in for Reiner. And now Blevins to serve. 22-17. Tetons up by 5, 3 points away from winning the set, and a misplay between Elkins and Jordan, as they weren't sure who was going to take that serve. Here's a free point to the Pioneers, now within just 4. Another serve again from Blevins. That one to Hain. Great dig. Blanc-Rotuerta comes up. Jordan has to push it over to get it across. Now Gackle somehow gets it across. Elkins a good dive. Jordan pops it down the line to Ford there with the first touch. Now to Newsom. Free ball coming over from Jensen, and Elkins can't quite get there on the free ball, and that will make it a 3-point set now, 22-19, and the Tetons are going to take their first time out of the set. We're going to take another one as well. We'll be back for more Teton volleyball in half a minute.
At Williston State College, we believe education should fit your lifestyle. Choose from Associate of Arts, Science, or Applied Science degrees, plus certificates of completion and program certificates with seamless transfers to more than 11 North Dakota universities. Whether you're starting college or returning later in life, Williston State offers in-person, online, hybrid, and evening classes designed to fit every student's schedule. Apply today at willistonstate.edu. Williston State College, where the people make the difference.
Mike, we're back here for Teton Volleyball on 62 Keys News Radio. Teton lead 22-19. There's been a little bit of a shift in momentum here late as the Pioneers looking to see if they can climb back. Teton's had as many as a 6-point lead before, 3 points straight by Miles. And now it will be Cameron Blevins with the serve. It'll go to Elkins. Blanco to backside. Jordan with a throw across off the fingertips of the DeFord. Blevins keeps it alive. DeFord with the free ball over. That one back to Elkins. Now Blanco to Kirby. Sends it across off the fingertips of Newsom. And that one will get down for a point. Kirby with a huge outside attack. And that'll make it 23-19. Now Kirby and Blanco rotate out with Creel and Hansen coming in. Christy Creel with a soft serve, and that will fall in front of Savannah Newsom for the ace. Make it now set point 24-19. Teton's back up by 5. Creel looking to take it home right here. Here comes a serve from Creel, goes back to Newsom again, this time a little longer. Gets it over outside, Jensen pushed it across. Creel with the first touch. Hain backside, Jordan for the set, and that one just a little long. 24-20, still set point. Now it is the Pioneers with their backs against the wall, and they're getting Johanna Limberhin in. The serve coming up from Taya Guptill. Guptill with her next serve. To Elkins, will send the receive back. It'll be one-timed over, right to Hain. Creel's going back to Jordan. Soft touch, Limberhin down to their knees to dig that one up. Jensen with the attack across, and Jordan and post couldn't keep it up after the dig. That'll make it now 24-21. Tetons need one stop here to win the set. Guptill now to serve. That'll be it over to Elkins. Creel with a bump set. It'll go to Frazier, and that'll be kept alive by Limberhin after the block at the net. Jensen goes across. Hain right there with the dig. Here comes Jordan again. That one gets down in front of Newsom for the point and the set. Tetons take the 2-1 lead after winning 25-21. We're going to take a 2.5-minute timeout when we come back. Teton looking to see if they can end this one here in 4. We'll be back for that in 2.5 minutes.
Big news from Baja Auto Sales. Our location at 521 2nd Street West in Williston is newly remodeled and ready for you. Find all makes and models Dodge, Ford, GMC, Mercedes, you name it. Baja Auto Sales has it. Plus a full-service department offering everything from tune-ups and brake jobs to oil changes and full car detailing. Stop by today and see the new space or call to schedule your service at 701-572-2252. That's Baja Auto Sales, where quality meets service.
Here at Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, we believe in we, not I. We are members, owners, family. We love what we do. We are built for you and by you. We give back. We are leaders, life changers. We empower people. We improve lives. We believe everyone has a unique voice in the power of numbers. We are many members. We are one force, one vision. We are building a better world. Now, together, we are a cooperative.
Extreme situations require Extreme Pro Services. When equipment breaks down, that quote times money gets very real. Extreme Pro Services provides expert diagnostic, repair, and reconditioning in the shop or the field for heavy equipment on and off-road, agricultural, construction, material handling, and rail car movement. Remember, Extreme Pro Services. You rely on your machines to work, to run, to earn. That's Extreme Pro Services, offering fast, reliable solutions to keep your equipment safe, efficient, and productive. It all starts with an X. Are you ready to find your dream home in Williston or the surrounding area? At Basin Brokers, their experienced team is here to make buying or selling a home a breeze. With helpful buyer resources and expert guidance, you'll feel confident every step of the way. Start your search anytime with their easy-to-use online property search at basinbrokers.com. It's fast, it's local, and it's always up to date. Basin Brokers, local experts, real results. Visit basinbrokers.com today and let's get moving.
Williston State College's annual Giving Day was a great success. Thank you to all who donated to Giving Day and helping our college continue to grow. This is Hunter Berg, director of the WSC Foundation. If you missed Giving Day, don't worry. It's not too late. You can still support the Giving Day program at WSC until October 23rd. Donations can be made online, in person, or through the mail. Give us a call today to pledge your support of Williston State's Giving Day or to find out more information about all the great things happening at WSC. Call 572-9275. We'd love to visit. And as always, go Tetons.
Mike, we're back here for Teton Volleyball on 60 Keys News Radio. Just a few seconds away here on the American State Bank scoreboard before we get going with set number 4. Tetons are up 2-1. Now waiting for the first substitutions to take place, getting liberos into play the back line. We're all set. It will be Tristan Creel to serve for Williston State. The Creel, Morkins, and Hain playing back row. Jordan, Hansen, and Post up front. Blevins with a diving dig. Limberhan sent to the back. Creel there with the first touch. There's Hain outside. Jordan for the first point. That's going to ricochet off of Gackle. And out of bounds for a Teton point. First set of the match that has gone a Teton first point. Tristan Creel now to serve. That goes deep back corner to Blevins. Weak up till now, pushed across by Limberhan. Hain with the bump set, going again to Jordan. Tried to go for a little scoop and mishandled it a little. That'll even things up at 101. Maya Mader now to serve for the Pioneers. Mader to serve. With a jump serve, it'll go rocket to Hain, and Hain will misplay that one. And she gave a little look to Frazier, and I think I read her mouth. She just wasn't expecting it that fast. As now Mader again back to serve with the Pioneers up on top 2-1. Mader now will send one, and that one will go long to tie it up at 2 apiece. They're 2-2 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Putting now Danny Jordan to serve. On the way now is going to be Jordan with a serve. Back to Schaefer, digs it up, flat-footed, sent across from Limberhan, goes into the net on the dig from Creel. As that'll put the Tetons back down by 1, 3-2. Reiner coming in now to play the front for Blevins. As Gack will be back to serve. She'll send one to Morgan, and that'll be not be able to get across. Tetons have had some issues so far in this fourth set on receiving serves. Gackle now again to serve. A line drive to Hain. That one's a good dig. Creel to Morgan, and that one is going to split some defenders. This time, a little bit of miscommunication on the side of the Pioneers. Make it a 1-point set, 4-3. Hain goes out. Hansen rotates in to play the front. And now it will be Ella Post, the middle blocking sophomore from Glenburn, back to serve. Serve from Post, and that one will hit the wire and fall back for a Pioneer point. A rare service error, only the second or third all match long for the Tetons. Likewise for the Pioneers, as now Mackenzie DeFord comes in for Limberhan and is back to serve. Limberhan with a serve to Hain. Good, gets it up to Creel, sends it back to Morgan, and looks like they're not sure who that set was going to go to. Creel between Hansen and Morgan, and now it's quickly a 3-point lead for the Pioneers, who are looking to force a sprint to 15 in set number 5 if they can take number 4 here. Serve goes to Hain. Coming up to get it is Creel. Now pushing over is Hansen. And there's going to be a 2-hit called on Hansen. Now make it 7-3, and Coach Martell is going to call a timeout. We'll take one as well. Back in half a minute.
Spider RV Storage. All new fenced, secured, and lighted storage yard in Northwest Williston on Sadler Ridge Circle. RVs, light to medium trailers, cars, trucks, and even tractors. Fully secured, live video security, online payment. To reserve your spot today, call Tim at 701-770-5351. Leave your RV, truck, tractor, and trailer in good hands in a fully lighted and secured facility at Spider RV Storage.
Mike, we're back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons trailed by 4 here early in set number 4, 7-3 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Williston State looking to see if they can end this one here in 4 sets. They need to battle back, and McKenzie to forward for the Miles Community College Pioneers. Will send a serve out the back, and that will make it now a 3-point set, 7-4. Rotating in is going to be Blanco Tuerta and Kirby. Ball Blanco Tuerta back to serve. Runs up and sends a dart down the line. That's going to be off the back of the hands of Guptill. Coming up to save it is going to be Blevins. Free ball goes across. Jordan saw pass. Blanco Tuerta outside. Morgan with a huge missile in there for a Teton point. Puts Williston State now within 2, 7-5. Blanco Tuerta again back to serve. That'll be Restrepo with a quick word of advice, and Blanco Tuerta will hit one into the net, and that one will push the lead back up to 3-8-5. Sullivan and Mater coming out into serve now is Newsom. Serve from Newsom goes to Jordan, passes up to Blanco Tuerta, backside. Morgan for the kill. It'll be blocked, partially blocked. Pushed ahead, flat-footer attack goes across. Jordan again, Blanco Tuerta. Kirby misplays it and did not get wide enough on her angle of attack, and that will push the lead back up 2-4. Putting Newsom back again to serve. Newsom's next serve goes to Jordan. Blanco Tuerta backside. Morgan down the line. No, Newsom there with a dig. Dump over. Blanco Tuerta there with the first touch. Out to Hain. Kirby now will hit one into the net. And that will put the Pioneers up by 5, 10-5. And Newsom again to serve. Tetons have already used one timeout here in this 4th set. Newsom with a late look over to the bench on her run up. Now back to Hain. Blanco Tuerta to Kirby again. And that will be another misplay by the Tetons. Into the net by Kirby. And that will make it 11-5. Wheels falling off for Williston State here a little bit. They're looking to get a big stop. Serve again coming from Newsom. Back to Hain. Quick set down the middle to Hanson. Sliding over is going to be Newsom. And a one-handed attack over from Guptill will get her from Blevins, gets it across, and the Tetons again cannot get the ball over the net. And that'll make it now 12-5. And the Williston State now using their second timeout in the set already. 12-5 on the American State Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. Back in half a minute.
In the Mondag region, we know what makes a community special. People who care and moments worth sharing. Coca-Cola Bottling of Williston is proud to bring families, friends, and neighbors together with ice-cold Coca-Cola and a full lineup of refreshing beverages you love. From gatherings of friends and family to school fundraisers, ball games, and local events, we're here to support our communities and refresh the moments that matter. Coca-Cola, bringing the Mondag region together one smile at a time.
Back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons trail by 7, 12-5. Not even halfway through this 4th set. To serve again is going to be Savannah Newsom. Waiting for the up official to wave her on, and now we go. Here comes 12 serving 5.
Goes back to Morgan, pushes it over to Jordan, bumps it up now to Kirby, and that's going to be another 4-touch for the Tetons. It rains, it pours, and when it rains, it pours as well, as that is their third 4-touch here in this run by the Pioneers. Newsom again with the serve. It'll go back, and a misplay between Hayne and Jordan. Now will make it a 9-point set, and you hope, even if the Tetons can't scramble back in this one, if they'll be able to battle back here in set number 5, as there's going to be a substitution now. Camry Cloker will be coming in for Danny Jordan to play the back. Newsom with a serve to Kirby. Blanco Tuerta back to Morgan. Soft touch. Blevins there to dig it up. There's going to be Guptill. Now it'll be Jensen, and that'll be through the hands of Payne and out the back for another Pioneer point. They're now up by 10. 15-5 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Newsom again to serve, and the Tetons are out of timeouts. Here comes 15-5. That one to Cloker. Morgan now the touch. Kirby, free ball over, and now it'll be shanked by the Pioneers. As that stops the bleeding, the deficit back down to 9. Jordan coming back in for Cloker. As back to serve now will be Elkins. Also going out is Morgan. Elkins to serve again, line drive, that'll be to Newsom. Push out to the outside, the attack from Jensen. Couldn't be handled by Blanco Tuerta. Pushes the lead up back to 10, now 16-6. Cameron Blevins back to serve, back to the top of the service rotation for one shy of the top at the end of the service rotation now for the Pioneers. Blevins with a jump serve back to Hayne. It'll go to Blanco Tuerta, now to Kirby. Off the hands of Guptill, kept alive. Free ball gets over. Kirby sends it across, and unable to get there is going to be DeFord, who made a nice effort, great efforts all around for this Pioneer squad. 16-7. Emma Hayne to serve for the Tetons. Short serve coming up to pick it up is Newsom. Outside attack from Jensen to Hayne. Now it's going to be pushed up. Blanco Tuerta and bounce it off the net. Kirby was able to get across. Now Guptill pushed across. Hayne there to dig it up. Blanco Tuerta will track it down. Kirby pops it up. Fly ball received by Blevins, and the Pioneers can't get it across. That'll make it an 8-point deficit, 16-8. We'll see if Williston State can find a spark here late. If not to win this set, but then to have a moral victory moving into set number 5 here against the Pioneers. Hayne to serve, back row to go to Newsom, pushes it up to Guptill, outside Jensen, rejected by Kirby and post up front. That'll now make it 16-9 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Hayne again to serve. He'll get another run up. Hayne with a jump serve, lollipops that one. Stepping back to get it is Gackel. She goes for the attack, and that one lands in front of Elkins. 4-point leads back to 8, now 17-9. The Tetons can start getting some chunks back here after quick side outs. May have a chance here still in this 4th set. As back to serve now to the top of the rotation, Taya Guptill. She'll send it across to Elkins. Good pass to Blanco Tuerta. Outside to Jordan. And Jordan looks like she had a little bit of extra mustard on that one. Now 17-10. Tetons finally in double digits. Rotating in is Creel and Frazier. Back to serve is Christy Creel. Here comes the Creel serve. That one to Blevins. It'll be hit aside over to Limberin. Free ball's going to have to come over from Jensen. Hayne will take it now to Creel backside. Frazier, that one will be rejected way out of bounds. Tetons get stuffed up front by Limberhin, but survive to get the point. Trailing now by just 6, 17-11. The Tetons start to really get close in this one. The roof is going to come off the well. Newsom with the serve. Backside to Jensen. Dig by Elkins. Coming up is going to be Creel. Jordan with a soft touch. Waiting for it is going to be Guptill. Free ball across from Jensen. Haynes steps up. Creel to Jordan again. That one by Guptill. That'll get over. Jordan with the first touch. Now Creel will go quick to post. That one is going to be blocked. And that one will get down for a Pioneer point. Back up to a 7-point lead. Huge swing potentially, as that also gets back in Schaefer as well as Mater, who is now back at the service line. Morgan looking to be rotated in for the Tetons as well. Here comes a serve from Mater. Gonna go back to Hayne. Good pass up to Kirby. Quick to Jordan. That'll be just out of play. Thought I heard a touch on it, but I guess not. That'll now make it 19-11. Mater now with another serve. Back to Hayne. That'll be up at the net. Creel keeps it alive. Free ball over from post. Tetons scramble to get into place. Outside. Schaefer. Touch up in the net. Creel with the dig in the back row. Here comes Jordan with the attack, and that'll get off of Schaefer's hands and down. Tetons now back within 7, looking to see if they can go on another lengthy run. And checking back into the game is going to be Ella Morgan with Danny Jordan back to serve. Abby Elkins checking out for the Tetons as part of the rotation. Now Jordan. Drop serve. Is going to be dug up by Blevins. Free ball comes over from Schaefer. Jordan pushes it up to Creel. Here comes Morgan. Block, and Jordan can't get up in time to get the pancake. Tetons trying to go quick on that one. Now 20-12. Back up to an 8-point lead. Going out from the back is going to be Blevins. Coming in is Reiner. And now Gackel to serve. Gets it to Hayne. Great dig. Creel backside. Touched over by Morgan. Couldn't get a big attack on it. Now to Schaefer. She's going to be blocked. Reiner gets it in there. Pushed over by Guptill. And the Tetons again going forward. This time Morgan again with a soft touch. She'll get it down in there. Tetons back within 7. 20-13. Hayne will check out. Coming in is Hansen to play the front. As Ella Post now to serve. Post with her next run up and the serve. That one will go right up to the line. It'll be a bump now. Flat-footed attack from Schaefer. Creel with a set over to Morgan. She's going to go wide out of bounds. Just missed it. And that one, 21-13. Hayne coming back in. Going to serve is going to be McKenzie to forward. Limberhin coming out. The big blocking presence up front. DeFord, who's had a good serve this match, sends one to Jordan. Creel comes, gets it, pushes it over to Elkins. Soft, tips it off the tape, and that one will fall in front of Schaefer for a quick point. Kirby and Blanco-Huerta checking in, rotating in for Creel and Frazier. And Blanco-Huerta now to serve. 7-point Pioneer lead. Here comes 14, serving 21. Blevins pushes it up, out to Schaefer. It'll go. Hayne with a great dig. Blanco-Huerta front side. Morgan blocked to the net, and that one was touched by Hayne, but she kicked it into the stands. Now makes it 22-14. Schaefer going out as well as Mater, but Savannah Newsom coming in and serving. She has been giving the Tetons fits. Next one on the way. That one will go over to Jordan. Blanco-Huerta is going to have it touched down by Jensen. So again, more trouble against these Newsom serves. 23-14, back up to a 9-point lead for Miles. And now a big serve again from Newsom to Jordan. Blanco-Huerta with a bump set. Here comes the big attack. And Kirby is going to be into the net, and that will be a Pioneer point, now set point, as we are one Pioneer point away from a winner-take-all set 5 affair. Here comes the next serve from Newsom. It'll be back to Hayne. Blanco-Huerta, quick set to Hansen down the middle. That'll be in there. Tetons say the door's not closed yet. There is still a crack as Morgan will check out. Elkins will come in, and she'll go back to serve. 9-point comeback needed for the Tetons, and they have their backs against the wall here on set point. Elkins now to serve. That'll just off the top of the tape. Quick set out on the outside to Jensen. She's going to be blocked, and it'll be kept alive by the Tetons somehow and pushed down by Jordan with a big point. And the Pioneers were looking to see if that one got down. The Tetons were able to just sneak a flat hand underneath the ball to keep it alive. Elkins again to serve now, 24-16. Going to serve back to Newsom. Quick set backside. And it could be off of blocker's fingertips and down. And that will force a set number 5, 25-16. And set number 4. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break. When we come back, more Teton volleyball from the Well in Williston. Back in 2.5 minutes.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at WCCU.org. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Qualifications apply. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Creation Carpets is more than flooring. They're your neighbors, proudly serving Williston and Watford City. From plush carpet to durable vinyl plank, elegant tile, and stylish blinds, they have the products and professional installation to bring your vision to life. Whether you're updating one room or building your dream home, trust Creation Carpets to do it right. Stop by 501 Main Street in Williston or call 701-774-3950. Creation Carpets, locally owned, expertly installed, always dependable.
Hi, this is Kyle from Bodo's Appliance and Outdoor Living. Fall is in the air. We'd like to remind you you're ready for the change of seasons. The Toro snowblowers have already arrived and are set up and ready to go. Hunters, don't forget the freezers and Pelican coolers to keep your critters cool. If you're finishing up that new home or just remodeling, we have package deals to suit your needs. Delivery and installation is always available along with service after the sale at Bodo's Appliance and Outdoor Living. Located on 2nd Avenue West, Williston.
Got a crack in your windshield or a chip that's spreading fast? Don't wait. Call the Windshield Doctor at 701-572-4088. Locally owned and trusted. They specialize in rock chip repair, full windshield replacement, and so much more. From screen repair to flat glass, picture frame glass, plexiglass, and mirrors. If it's glass, the Windshield Doctor has the cure. Fast service, fair prices, and hometown care. Call the Windshield Doctor today, your clear choice for crystal clear results.
At Williston State College, we believe education should fit your lifestyle. Choose from Associate of Arts, Science, or Applied Science degrees, plus certificates of completion and program certificates with seamless transfers to more than 11 North Dakota universities. Whether you're starting college or returning later in life, Williston State offers in-person, online, hybrid, and evening classes designed to fit every student's schedule. Apply today at wilistonstate.edu. Williston State College, where the people make the difference.
We're back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons will be serving first here in this 5th set, tied at 2 sets apiece. Christy Creel will be serving for Williston State. As they did hit now the buzzer there. Creel with the run-up. Here comes the serve. It'll be short, and it'll be back it over. Free ball coming across from Blevins. A now back row attack from Jordan. It'll go to Schaefer, outside to Maynard. Go off the hands of Hain and out. First point of the set goes to the Pioneers. Set number 5 is a race to 15. Both teams still have 2 timeouts. They do trade sides at the 8-point mark. Now it'll be Maynard to serve for the Pioneers. To Jordan, it'll go right to Creel, long to Frazier, and now it'll be ricocheted around and out the back. Tetons tied up at 1 apiece. Now Jordan coming up to serve. Looking to send some rockets downrange. It's been Jordan and Creel, as well as Hain, who have been the big servers for the Tetons here in this match. Jordan now going to Blevins. out to the side to Schaefer, and that goes off the fingertips of Frazier and out of bounds. And Schaefer now coming alive with some big hits here in this one. 2-1, Pioneers on top here in set number 5. Blevins coming out, Reiner coming in, goes up to Jordan, and somehow getting it over is Elkins. Schaefer looking for the setback from Gepto, and now go to Creel. It'll go across, free setup again. Backside now from Limberhead. Jordan there with the dig. Creel with a bump set over to Morgan. Backside now to Schaefer again, who will get it back. Soft touch over, and no one home for the Tetons. Now a 3-1 lead. Coach Martell coming up to the court, looking to see if he can't round everyone into form. Back to serve is it going to be Gackel again to Hain, now to Creel. Backside, Frazier with a big attack, dug up by Gackel. Outside, Mater gets it over to Hain. Creel, Frazier again with some pace, and now one blocked but twists away from other Pioneers. Tetons back within one. Hain will come out with Frazier now coming up. And Post will now come in to serve, or come back to serve. Post now to serve, looking to tie things up, goes back to Schaefer. Bump set will go backwards, free ball coming over. Jordan there with the dig, Creel backside. Frazier is going to be blocked at the net by Schaefer, who is coming alive here late in this one. Post will come out with Hain coming back in. Limberhan now checking out with the Ford coming in to serve. Tetons need to quickly get through both the Ford and Newsom. Next serve is on the way, goes to Jordan. Creel down, going to be tried to be pushed over by Hansen, but the timing was off. That'll now make it 5-2. 3 points away from the switch. And Coach Martell is going to take that time right now to talk about some things with his team. We're going to take it some time as well. We're going to take a quick timeout. Back for more Teton Volleyball in 30 seconds.
Big news from Baja Auto Sales. Our location at 521 2nd Street West in Williston is newly remodeled and ready for you. Find all makes and models Dodge, Ford, GMC, Mercedes, you name it. Baja Auto Sales has it. Plus a full-service department offering everything from tune-ups and brake jobs to oil changes and full car detailing. Stop by today and see the new space or call to schedule your service at 701-572-2252. That's Baja Auto Sales, where quality meets service.
Mike Ritter back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. It is the Pioneer serve. They have a 3-point lead. McKenzie to Ford, back to serve. Goes 2-4 now to Jordan. Creel will come up to Morgan, and it's going to be kept alive. We made her in the back, right on top of the touch. It'll be Reiner, keeps it now again to Hansen. Will keep it alive after she was stopped. Jordan outside. She'll go again to Morgan. Blevins with the dig. Outside, Schaefer, soft touch at the net. And both Hansen and Frazier were up early for the block, thinking that Schaefer was going to go hard from the outside. And now it'll be DeFord again with a 4-point lead, and that one will go into the net, and a big break for the Tetons. Rotating in is Blanco Tuerta and Kirby. Paula back to the line now for Wilson State. She'll hop into her serve. Will go to Blevins. Outside, Schaefer can be blocked to the net, kept alive by Guptill. Now free ball coming over from Blevins. Jordan, Blanco Tuerta, backside Kirby, and she had a missed time up in the air, and somehow keeping it alive is going to be a couple of defenders. That'll get over top of the tape and get down. And that one, I'm not sure. I was tracking the ball, didn't see if the Teton players were celebrators or just if it hit the tape that much, but that one maybe a bit of a backbreaker. Now 7-3, 1 point away from the change, as it is Newsom again with the serve. Go to Hain. Blanco Tuerta Over to Morgan, soft touch. Blevins again waiting right there behind that first layer. Jensen to Hain, and there's going to be a net violation on the Tetons on Morgan. And that will be the 8-3 change. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back for more of set number 5 here from Williston.
Here at Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, we believe in we, not I. We are members, owners, family. We love what we do. We are built for you and by you. We give back. We are leaders, life changers. We empower people. We improve lives. We believe everyone has a unique voice and the power of numbers. We are many members. We are one force, one vision. We are building a better world. Now, together, we are a cooperative.
Michael back here just got back into play, and it is Patricia Kirby coming up big for the Tetons with a big outside attack. Back to it in 4, now 8-4. Ella Morgan coming out, back in is going to be Abby Elkins to serve for Williston State. Here comes the 8-4 serve. Go to Newsom in the back corner, backside set to Reiner. She's going to throw it across, and that will be off a Teton hand and down for a point. Quickly back to serve again are the Pioneers, with Blevins going back to serve. 6 points away for the Pioneers to take this one after the Tetons had a 2-1 lead. Serve from Blevins is going to be in there for an ace to make it 10-4. And Coach Martell's taking his final timeout of the set. 10-4 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Tetons trail. We'll be back for more of set number 5 in half a minute.
Extreme situations require Extreme Pro Service. When equipment breaks down, that quote, time is money, gets very real. Extreme Pro Services provides expert diagnostic, repair, and reconditioning in the shop or the field for heavy equipment on and off-road, agricultural, construction, material handling, and rail car movement. Remember, Extreme Pro Services. You rely on your machines to work, to run, to earn. That's Extreme Pro Services, offering fast, reliable solutions to keep your equipment safe, efficient, and productive. It all starts with an X.
Back here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Teton trail by 6 here in set number 5 to the Pioneers. They lost the first match in Miles, looking to see if they can't come from behind and split. As here comes a serve from Blevins. It'll go over to Jordan. Blanco Tuerta back to Jordan. Push it down the line. Gets in there for the point. 10-5. Post coming in for Frazier, and Hain going back to serve. Hain, one of the best servers for the Tetons. Now taking a couple of dribbles and getting ready. Here comes the 5-10 serve. Newsom jumps in front of Blevins and take it right down the middle comes Gackle. A couple of Tetons were there, but it will twist out of bounds for another Williston State point. Another Miles Community College point. Makes it now 11-5. That will put put Guptill to serve. Guptill to Elkins. Blanco Tuerta outside. Jordan with a soft push. Keep it alive is going to be Jensen. Guptill, Limberhand on the outside. Blanco Tuerta passes up to Hain. Jordan again, soft touch, and bouncing it around. Gackle's keeping it alive. Jordan gets it. Kirby with a push over, and Limberhand gets it, first touch, second touch, outside Jensen, right to Hain in the back corner. Blanco Tuerta, Jordan, skies, pushes, one-handed up is gonna be Guptill. Now free ball over from Guptill. Morgan, Blanco Tuerta, soft touch off the tape, and there was a push over by Blanco Tuerta. And Coach Martell beside himself after that call. And I could both read his lips and hear him from here. He's asking for some consistency. Here comes the 12-5 serve. Will go to Hain. And Blanco Tuerta now can handle the second touch. That'll make it 13-5. 2 points away for the Pioneers from taking this one home. Ty Guptill again back to serve. She'll step into one. Now to Elkins. Blanco Tuerta to Kirby. Back row attack. Guptill keeping alive. Blevins. Here comes Limberhin. Goes across. Kirby over to Elkins. Kirby into the net and down. And now it is set and match point. 14-5 here in set number 2. Guptill looking to seal the deal right here. Here comes the serve, 14-15, and Elkins can handle the serve. It'll go down, and the Tetons fall by the final of 15-5 here at home, and that also puts them closer to Dawson in the standings, as they will now have a big game coming up here on Thursday. With that, the Tetons are now 3-4, just a game up of Dawson. They need a win to get a bye into the quarterfinals and avoiding a play-in game. And we'll have to see what happens here the remainder of the season. Tetons have games still against Dawson, Lake, and Science. We'll have the Dawson game coming up on Friday, but unfortunately we won't be along for the Lake Region and Science games, which will be on the road next week here in Williston. That is going to be, now it's going to be time to kick it away. We're already here in the Windshield Doctor post-game report right here on 660 Keys News Radio. We're going to take a look at this game that was. The Tetons started off strong in set number 1, winning 25-21. In set number 2, it was back and forth until late, and then the Pioneers jumped out top. Set number 3, much like set number 1, Tetons 25-21, back and forth, and then the Tetons fell into a hole at some point. They dropped set number 4 by the final of 25-26, and then set number 5 by the final of 15-4. So a rough fourth and fifth set for the Tetons. So they'll be looking to put things together as there we see if they can't avoid a play-in game and get right now to the semifinals, or excuse me, the quarterfinals. That also, I believe, does knock them out of the potential of getting a top 2 seed. So now the Tetons are looking to see if they can take care of business, getting certainly the job done against Dawson for the much-needed head-to-head victory to get the season sweep and a tiebreaker over Dawson. And hopefully they can take one against Lake Region here next week. The Tetons and Royals went 5 sets earlier this season, with Lake Region coming out on top. Looking to see if the Tetons can return the favor on the road. Well, that's going to be it for this Windshield Doctor post-game report right here on 660 Keys News Radio. For all your glass needs, see the expert at Windshield Doctor. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll name the player of the game, presented by Western Cooperative Credit Union. Back in 30 seconds.
Are you ready to find your dream home in Williston or the surrounding area? At Basin Brokers, their experienced team is here to make buying or selling a home a breeze. With helpful buyer resources and expert guidance, you'll feel confident every step of the way. Start your search anytime with their easy-to-use online property search at basinbrokers.com. It's fast, it's local, and it's always up to date. Basin Brokers, local experts, real results. Visit basinbrokers.com today, and let's get moving.
Mike Rubeck here for Teton Volleyball on 660 Keys News Radio. Time now to announce the Western Cooperative Credit Union player of the game. Western Cooperative Credit Union, where you're more than a member, you're family. And that will go to Danny Jordan for Wilson State. And Jordan was seemingly everywhere, back row, front row, at the service line, looking to get it done for the Tetons. But unfortunately, the squad fell just a little bit short here against the Pioneers in 5 sets. So now look to see if they can get a winning above 500 record the rest of the way. They have a very winnable one coming up on Thursday, and then 2 very, very tough ones coming up next week before the postseason gets underway. Well, that'll be it for this edition of Teton Volleyball right here on 660 Keys News Radio. I'd like to thank our sponsors for making the broadcast happen, as well as William back at the station for keeping us on the air and sounding good. And most importantly, all of you for tuning into this and every edition of Teton Athletics right here on 660 Keys News Radio. Until next time, sports fans, I'm Mike Reuter.
I want to go there Saturday morning. See you? No hug? Saturday morning? Would you do Saturday morning? Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're
not allowed to come remember you are. I could probably
So you know, Ben, alright? If Dennis he changes, he's going to be wearing the same shirt, so I'll recognize him.
Yeah, really great.
You guys see it? Will do. Drive a little careful going back if we just come in here. Yeah. Yeah.
Bye-bye. I said Mom two things not to do. Like, and what did she do? What happened? I get it. I got it. Oh, are those real or what? Are those gel? Honey, come on. Did you do them in the salon? Yes. Aren't they good long?
You guys.
I need to go. I need to go.
Yeah, good to see you too. It's been a while.